The rulers of Hyderabad were known as Nizams. According to Time magazine, the Nizam of Hyderabad, Shaukat Ali Khan, was the richest individual in the entire world at that time. This prosperity, however, became a curse for the residents of this wealthy, thriving state. The most greedy and vile nation in the world, the Indian Hindus, could not control their greed. Thus began the mission to seize Hyderabad. There are some strange similarities between the conquest of Hyderabad and the capture of Bangladesh. The state was seized in a bloody 9-month conflict from December 1947 to September 1948. Before the conquest of Hyderabad, several conditions were deliberately created. Fires were set to Hindu homes and temples, and Hindu leaders, much like Pia Sahar, frequently complained to India that they were being persecuted. Based on these false complaints, India repeatedly warned the Nizam of Hyderabad. In the dead of night, Muslim political leaders, prominent businessmen and religious leaders were abducted and disappeared. As these incidents were repeatedly occurring, the concerned and worried Nizam sent a strict message to the law enforcement agencies to identify and arrest the perpetrators. Reports from Hyderabad's own military forces revealed that every instance of covert murder was linked to the Indian intelligence agency and leaders of a local communist party. Several individuals, including a member of an Indian intelligence agency involved in the conspiracy, were hanged and killed. Since all the accused in the trial were Hindus, India used this as a pretext to label it as Hindu genocide and launched an attack on Hyderabad. The Nizam Shaukat Ali Khan's government decided to form resistance by integrating ordinary young people into the army. However, it was observed that while Muslim youth responded to the Nizam's call, Hindus did not join the forces, even though 85% of the state's total population was Hindu. Faced with this situation, Hyderabad had to fight against the vast Indian army with a small force. According to analysts like Taylor and Easy Khan, at least 200,000 Muslims were killed during the Hyderabad occupation campaign. However, the then hardline Hindu Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru fabricated an investigative report through one of the party's legislators, Sundarlal, which is now known in history as the Sundarlal Report. This biased report mentioned crimes such as systematic mass shootings of civilians and the mass rape of Muslim women, horrific acts committed during the attack on Hyderabad. Due to the damning evidence, Nehru chose not to release the report. Finally, after another round of revisions in 2013, the refined report on the Hyderabad massacre was brought to public attention. The partial portion of Sundarlal's report was published in the English version of the BBC News on September 24, 2013. It mentioned that between 27,000 and 40,000 people were killed. For all these years, while India has claimed that it sent police to Hyderabad to calm the situation and prevent Hindu persecution, the report mentions that the state was actually seized through Operation Polo, conducted by the military. The unequal war between the powerful Indian invading forces and Hyderabad's weak army came to an end on September 18, 1948. With this, the Muslim princely state of Hyderabad in the Indian subcontinent came to an end. Viewers, the history of India's occupation of each of its states, like Hyderabad, is drenched in blood. From Hyderabad to Kashmir, the fresh blood of Muslims is scattered everywhere.